Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, July 7th.
We've got weather and traffic coming up, trying our best to keep you updated on situations. We have rain on radar right now, and Steven's standing by with some great information. Have you been hearing lately in the last couple of months that used car prices have gone through the roof? We now have local evidence and info to back that up.
Yeah, we have a report from iccars.com, and it says that price gap between new and slightly used cars has narrowed. Ranking there at the top is a GMC Sierra. That is 18.1% more than what you would spend on a new car.
Yeah, this is, to be clear, this is used cars that have become more expensive than their new versions. Fathom that for a moment. As she said, the number one is the GMC Sierra 1500. It now costs almost $9,500 used than the newer model.
Yeah, and Ford Mustang is coming up next on the list. That's about 7% more, still a lot more at $2,725.
Next on the list for outpriced used vehicles, the Chevy Silverado 1500, now running at 5.6% more than new, or $2,600.
And Ford F-150 not too far behind at 4.9%. That's at $2,456 more.
And rounding out the top 5 cars here in San Antonio cost more used than new is the Dodge Ram pickup 1500, running about 3% more than new, or $1,399 used, more than new. I had heard about this, but this is the first time I'm seeing some localized data that backs up the fact that there's just such a shortage, and this goes back to restricted new car supply from that microchip shortage that's led to a surge in used car prices, among other things like rental car fleets dumping cars during the pandemic.
That's true too, but it might be a good time to look into a new car if you need a car.
Yeah, that's kind of the flip side of what we're normally telling folks, right?
Yeah, usually like save money because you lose money once you drive off the lot, and now it's like, well, now you can save money with a new car.
The truth is right there. Let's take a look at today's 9 at 9. Haitian President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated by a group of attackers in his home this morning. First Lady Martine Moïse is in a hospital. The attackers have not been identified.
Cleanup begins for parts of San Antonio after rivers rose to record levels on Tuesday. Flood warnings are now making their way south as the high waters rush to the Gulf.
City officials have opened a shelter for anyone dealing with a flooded home or just looking for a dry place here in San Antonio. A shelter is open at Burbank High School on the southwest side of town. Pets are welcome.
Millions are bracing for high winds and heavy rain as Tropical Storm Elsa slams into Florida's Gulf Coast. The governor declared a state of emergency as hurricane warnings remain in effect.
Search crews in Surfside, Florida are battling Elsa's outer rain bands. 8 more bodies were pulled from the rubble Tuesday. Over 100 people remain missing as the search goes into day 14.
Health officials in Galveston County are connecting a COVID-19 outbreak to a church camp. Over 120 people have tested positive since the first case was reported late last month. County officials say a number of those cases are the Delta variant.
San Antonio police detective is suspended for 20 days following his social media involvement in the January Capitol riots. According to records, this is not the first time Detective Rudy Guzman has been disciplined for his social media posts.
Teenagers coming to the rescue of businesses across the country, with companies running into a labor shortage. About a third of American teens now have summer jobs. That's the highest mark in 13 years.
Jimmy and Rosalind Carter celebrating their 75th wedding anniversary today, making them the longest married presidential couple in American history. Congratulations. And that's today's 9 at 9. Our 9 producer Dylan Collins passes along this interesting little nugget. The two, we're talking about the Carters, were married before Bill Clinton or Barack Obama were even born.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations again to President Jimmy Carter and Rosalind Carter.
Yeah, how romantic. Let's take a look outside with live cam. Not as romantic, 75 degrees, but looking good.
75 years. That is mind-blowing. Live look outside. We've got some cloud cover right now. We've had a couple of showers trying to move in here around San Antonio. What we're watching, though, is some very heavy rain setting up along the Texas coast. I'll show you the radar and satellite. And this thing is pretty tightly wound. This thing I'm speaking of, the area of low pressure, it's sitting right over Corpus. And you can see the heavy rain that's just been sitting over the Texas coastal bend there, and they'll continue to see some very heavy rain probably over the next several hours. Expect some flooding down there. A little closer look, Beeville to Victoria, rain is coming down there. Goliad also seeing some rain, but a pretty sharp gradient. As you get north and northwest of there, there's not a whole lot, with just a couple of light showers working their way into San Antonio now. And I think this is what we'll see today, some of these passing showers, maybe a couple heavier downpours as we get into the afternoon. Flash flood watches, not surprisingly, have been issued there along the coast and do include some of our southeastern counties like Karnes, DeWitt, Lavaca until 7 a.m. Friday morning to account for some of that very heavy rain. Our forecast here in town calls for about a 40 to 50% chance of rain. Like yesterday, cloud cover will help to keep temperatures down into the mid-80s. Easterly winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And I think we're going to check in with Steven now with a look at how things are looking on the roads.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. Just hanging out here in the traffic lab, keeping a close eye on things. And we are definitely getting moving for this Wednesday morning. Let's go ahead and take a look, see how things are currently shaping up around the Alamo City, I-10 at Frio. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more cars out on the vehicle. Very different situation compared to yesterday when we just saw rain and slick roads in a lot of places and a lot of crashes. We're going to get to yesterday's issues in just a moment, but want to bring your attention to a crash out here at Loop 1604 eastbound. Looks like this has since cleared. One lane was blocked right at Houseman, but you can see traffic. We've seen some residual delays there, but it looks like that has just cleared out of our system. We're also seeing some stalled vehicles. That has been the trend throughout the morning. I-10 eastbound at Vance Jackson, we're seeing one lane blocked there, so just make sure you check your vehicles. Now, let's go ahead and get to this high water here off US 90 eastbound westbound. Still closed at Military Drive to Callahan. Now, that's where we saw a lot of flooding yesterday. Before we get to that, I want to go ahead and show you what it looks like now. Very different, as you can see, although we do see a lot of debris still out there on the roadways. And again, those eastbound and westbound lanes still blocked, according to TxDOT's website. A lot of vehicles did sustain some water damage yesterday. Now, what to do when your vehicles flood? Well, don't start your vehicle when it takes in flooded water because it's pretty corrosive and could have some debris that causes further damage. You want to contact your insurance provider. Make sure that you report a claim and get it towed to a trusted mechanic or dealership to assess that damage. But overall, it was a pretty busy morning yesterday. Things have shaped up a lot nicely today.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, we know a lot of families, homes, and motorists are still feeling the aftermath of this week's storms.
Through the morning, we have been checking in with Max Massey at the access road of Highway 90 near Leon Creek.
Now, Stephen was just showing that on TransGuide. Max, now that the sun is out, what are you seeing out there on scene?
Good morning, guys. It is some much needed sunshine in our area, and we are starting to see the extensive damage here on the access road. Come with me down here. We can see portions of the asphalt ripped up off the ground and then found throughout the road. And then if you follow the damage here with me, we can actually see the guardrail ripped off the frame of the side of the road. Now it is lying, blocking off the road. And that's really one of the big things you see when you drive in the area. Earlier this morning, around 6:30, we were showing you the water that was pouring over the road. That has since gone down enough where there doesn't appear to be too much water, just puddles left on this access road, but it is flowing quickly underneath. And then if you follow the access road, you're gonna see a lot of damage. You're also gonna see tubing and a lot of equipment. You see the crane in that background. That is because there are at least 2 projects in the works right now. We are still waiting to hear back from SAWS on the official statement, but we are seeing workers out here in the morning. They are going through what is left of the equipment that was taken up by this flooding. And guys, I gotta tell you, we've seen some big pieces of equipment. I'm gonna ask my photographer Azian to turn over here. We see huge pieces of cylinder that was taken by the water, moved from the construction site all the way down, as you can see, trapped right under the highway. We've seen crews in and out. We actually saw a big piece of equipment pick one of those cylinders up. There's 2 there now. There were 3 earlier this morning. So guys, this is just a glimpse of what we've been seeing this morning. And again, we are still waiting to hear from SAWS what this project is exactly and what the next few months look like in terms of completion. So make sure to stay with us online and on air. We're gonna have a big update coming up on the news at noon. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, Max.
Top stories we're following today. A man's in the hospital after he was shot over on San Antonio's east side.
It happened at 9 last night in the 4800 block of Lord Road. That's near MLK Drive and Loop 410. Investigators tell us there was a shootout between two people, and at some point the victim was shot in the stomach.
Police say the suspect took off and the victim was taken to the hospital. Right now, officers are trying to figure out how it happened and try to find the person responsible.
A woman was rushed to the hospital after police say she was stabbed in the stomach.
This happened around 4:45 at the Distinction Apartments on Parliament near West Avenue and Blanco Road. That's where police tell us a woman was stabbed 5 times in the stomach. Right now, it's unclear how it happened and no arrests have been made. She was taken to University Hospital in serious condition. The investigation is ongoing. One of your other morning headlines, a huge piece of construction equipment falls over and a man is caught underneath. More thefts in broad daylight in the city of San Francisco. This time thieves got away with some very nice handbags.
People shooting off fireworks at a high-rise, then posting it on social media, and a different look at the California drought. Our David Sears is here to explain all of this.
Good morning, David.
Yeah, you probably noticed some higher prices in the grocery store.
Quite a few price
They have some
hikes.
problems getting those crops growing out there because of this drought. We'll show you a different angle of it here in just a second. But first, let's take you to Philadelphia. You're looking at a construction drill that has collapsed on its side. Look how big this thing is. Underneath is a man that's trapped. EMS showed up on the scene. They were able to get him out from underneath all that heavy piece of equipment. When he got him, he was breathing, bleeding pretty bad. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The guy operating the drill, not seriously hurt, fortunately. All right, let's take it to San Francisco. You're watching people just running out of this downtown Neiman Marcus store. They're not running from a disaster inside the store. They're running out with stolen items like purses and handbags. A video taken by a passerby on their cell phone. This is happening at about 5:30 in the evening. They counted 9 people running out of that store with stolen items.
I can't believe it. I'm shocked because it shouldn't be happening.
It's not right for the city, for the people live here. We don't live here, but we love coming here and enjoying the city. But, you know, it's not safe anymore like before. It's not.
We have been saying this for years now to leaders in San Francisco, that this is a growing problem. And it seems as if it's falling on deaf ears. I mean, this should not be happening in a city like San Francisco.
How big a problem? Because of thefts like that one you just saw, Walgreens has closed 17 stores in San Francisco, and Target is now closing some stores earlier in the evening. All right, down the coast to LA. Watch this right here. See that? Watch when it hits up there. Bam. Yep, that is an illegal firework being shot off in downtown LA, nailing a window in this high-rise apartment building. You see right there, the window is on the 34th floor, double pane window, good thing. The outside pane is shattered, though. There were several different angles of the window getting hit. You could see one shot. It shows the glass actually falling to the street. The guy shooting off the illegal fireworks took off right after it hit the window, naturally, but they left some residents pretty shook up.
I think it was a little harder, too, because of the stuff that happened in Florida just recently. The loud noises definitely startled us, for sure.
Yeah, police are looking for the ones who were setting off those fireworks. Haven't found them yet. And finally, some cool drone video. Unfortunately, the video is of a lake that is dried up in California. Here is like the irrigation ditch right here. This is supposed to help these crops, and there's the lake way out there. That's where the lake is. This is all supposed to be underwater right here, but it's not. So you can see that that drought has really taken its toll. Look at the cracked ground right there in the lake. California going through their worst drought since 1977. Of course, California is the top producer of vegetables, berries, nuts, and dairy products, so you know what's coming. The drought like this, and they can't get irrigation to all their crops. I'm guessing we're going to pay a little higher price for some of those items that's normally grown in California.
Yeah, we're all going to feel that.
Yep. Like the paint at the pump, we got paint at the berry stand.
As well.
Thank you, David. Right now it's 9:12, about 75 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
A local nonprofit cleaning up after yesterday's flood left their building in shambles. A look at how they plan to recover for a second time.
Next, a look at how Florida is preparing for a direct hit from Tropical Storm Elsa.
And you're taking a live look at Bradenton Beach, which is right outside of Sarasota, Florida, where Tropical Storm Elsa is nearing landfall. You can see the clouds moving pretty fast and a rough surf there on the beach.
More than 4 million people in Florida under hurricane warning. Heavy rain and winds have already started battering parts of the Sunshine State. Elsa spent a few hours as a hurricane overnight before quickly downgrading back to tropical storm levels.
Isabel Rosales is at St. Pete Beach tracking the storm.
Heavy rains already flooding island communities off Florida's west coast. And strong wind gusts, plus the threat of isolated tornadoes, as the Sunshine State feels the impacts of Elsa.
I don't know what it would be like to be worse. I don't know that I'd want that, but this is okay. I can handle this.
Governor Ron DeSantis expanding his state of emergency declaration to include a total of 33 counties.
Be prepared to be without power for a few days and having enough food and water for each person and their family, including for your pets.
Emergency officials warning people to take the storm seriously.
So I know it may seem, as Floridians, we've been here a long time, we've seen every type of storm, but you really never know. We've had other storms in the past that seem like nothing, but they end up with a lot of flood damage.
It's something business owners in Pinellas County know all too well. Some were caught off guard during Tropical Storm Eta last year.
We've never experienced that, being here 6 years. So that was surprising. We prepared and lifted stuff off the ground to some level, but we didn't think it would get all the way throughout the store. So we had some damage, a couple $1,000s worth of loss.
In St. Pete Beach, Florida, I'm Isabel Rosales.
All right, Justin Horn joins us in the Weather Lab now with some more perspective on what a wet year it's been so far.
It's been unusual, an early start to hurricane season, as you just saw there with Elsa. Thankfully, it looks like it's going to be a rainmaker. There is some wind associated with it. We'll show you that track here in just a second. First, I want to start with the rainfall we're seeing here. And we're at 18.99 inches for the year at the airport. That's 2 inches above average. Good news, although some places here in San Antonio, those rainfall totals are much higher, and unfortunately it did result in some flooding yesterday. You see Del Rio is still a little bit below average at 8.48. I wanted to check in on the aquifer too. It's up 2.3 feet today, up to 665. No surprise it jumped up, but that is a big number. It'll probably keep rising, considering that we do have a little bit more rain in the forecast. Other issues we got to look at here. The San Antonio River does have a flood warning on it. Minor flooding expected here. Some of the low-lying areas could fill up with a little bit of water. I don't think this is going to be like what we were seeing yesterday with Leon Creek, but it is forecast to peak this morning at about 39 feet and then recede some this evening. And this is going to be south of San Antonio down to Forestville and Falls City. Meantime, there is more heavy rain expected, especially on the Texas coast today. This is where flooding is going to be a real issue, I think. You got a moderate risk of some flooding rainfall, Beeville to Victoria, and then it falls off a little bit as we get into the San Antonio area. Still could see some downpours, but I don't think we're going to see that steady, really heavy rain. That's going to stay down closer to the coast, and that's where we have flash flood watches that do include some of our counties here, including Bee, Karnes, DeWitt, and Lavaca counties. This is going to go through 7 a.m. Friday morning. Looking at the situation right now, we have that low spinning right over Corpus, and multiple flash flood warnings now have been issued with very, very heavy rain basically staying in place there along the Texas coast. But the rain sort of ends right there, Beeville to Victoria. So there's going to be a pretty strong gradient here between who gets a lot of rain down here and where we see much, much lower rainfall totals, more or less in our area. But again, it's down around Victoria where the numbers could be pretty high. Meantime, up here around San Antonio, we've got some showers working in. A few of those there on the east side, and that'll work towards downtown. A couple more showers, looks like around the Seguin area as well. And I think this is what we'll see today, some off and on downpours, pretty similar to yesterday afternoon. And the forecast does show that. By noontime today, a couple showers out there, a couple downpours, and then by the afternoon, maybe a little bit more widespread as we get some of that daytime heating. Once we lose that, then these showers and storms go away. Rest of today, we'll call for highs in the mid to upper 80s. About a 50% chance of rain here in San Antonio with some rumbles of thunder mixed in there. And that's the scene at the airport. Still fairly cloudy. 75 degrees. Cloud cover will help to keep temperatures down today. East-northeasterly winds at about 11 miles per hour, and most of us in the 70s at this hour. 75 Carrizo Springs, 76 in Uvalde, 75 Gonzales, and 76 right now in Kennedy. We just talked about Elsa, but here's the latest. Winds are at 65 miles per hour, gusting to 75. This is about to make landfall here at the northwestern part of Florida. Still bringing some pretty heavy rain there, and this will quickly get pulled off to the north And still tropical storm strength as it works across the Carolinas. It'll bring some heavy rain there. Thankfully, it'll be a pretty fast mover and shouldn't cause a whole lot of problems. I don't think it moves up the East Coast. Here's what our forecast looks like. Again, 50% chance of rain today. There could be a few pockets of heavier rain. 40% chance Thursday and Friday. We'll pay close attention to what happens there on the coast with likely some pretty high rainfall totals down there. And the rain chances come down over the weekend. Temperatures come up. We'll be back in the low 90s, I think, by Sunday and Monday. And rain chances drop back down into the 20 to 30% range, guys.
Not bad for July, though.
Not at all.
Thank you, Justin.
921, about 75 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9. If you're on the intermittent fasting trend, we have some myths that might change your mind. And welcome back. It's about 9:24. Are you trying to lose weight? Well, one fad diet that maybe you've tried or are considering trying is intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting is when you restrict eating to only a certain number of hours a day, or when you significantly reduce your calorie intake on certain days.
With a lot of information coming out about intermittent fasting, how can you tell what's real and what's not? Nancy Alvarez has the answer.
Skipping meals twice a week, not eating all day long, eating only from noon to 6. It's called intermittent fasting. Some people swear by it.
I think it could probably have a lot of different health benefits.
And some are outright against it.
Not eating for hours and hours and hours is not going to help you to perform at your best.
But what should you believe when deciding whether to try it for yourself? First,
if you don't eat, you're going to lose weight.
A study out of Austria found that fasting up to 48 hours can boost your metabolism, helping you to burn fat. But long-term fasting can have the opposite effect.
If you don't eat, your body conserves and says, I need energy. Where is the energy? And it can lower your metabolism after doing this for a while, and then you end up gaining weight.
What about intermittent fasting makes you lose muscle? Well, there's no evidence that suggests intermittent fasting makes you lose more muscle than any other diet. And intermittent fasting is not for everyone. People with diabetes or those who take medications for high blood pressure or heart disease may be more prone to electrolyte abnormalities from fasting. It is always best to speak with your doctor before deciding to try intermittent fasting. I'm Nancy Alvarez reporting.
I'm glad she included that, because they always say before you change anything with your exercise or diet routine, check with your medical professional first.
It could be bad, beyond being hangry.
Mm-hmm. Right. We fast every morning for a while, right?
Well,
because of our schedule.
Because we have to, because we're here. Otherwise, I would have a pizza down here and snack all the time.
And for me, that's what Twinkies are for. Right now, 9:26, about 75 degrees.
There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. The Suns taking home a victory in last night's NBA Finals, but it was only game 1. A recap of the game and a look ahead to the next game.
Plus, a new app making it easier than ever to find a place to cool off. A look at how Swimply works coming up. 9:30 over on San Antonio's northwest side. A nonprofit could not escape the floodwaters. The Comfort Cafe located on Bandera Road was heavily damaged.
The Breakfast Cafe raises money for their sober living and recovery program. The owner telling our Japhanie Gray that they've dealt with flooding from the nearby creek before.
The Zarzamora Creek that runs through Bandera Road had volunteers and workers at Comfort Cafe San Antonio busy all morning and afternoon.
All the picnic tables got carried away to the back of the property.
Heavy rain and debris caused the creek to flood into the cafe. At one point, 4.5 feet of water filled the building, causing serious damage.
I just felt this pit in my stomach. I was like, oh no.
All the booths were uplifted and thrown around. There are refrigerators and grills all on top of each other.
This coffee pot filled with creek water instead of coffee made its way to this table as high water rushed in, totally rearranging the furniture and different items inside. And for example, you have fruits and vegetables that can be spotted throughout the cafe after it was washed from the kitchen area.
The cafe operates as a nonprofit where all of its proceeds go to their mission of helping recovering addicts. In a way, owner Terry Terry Lopez says this $500,000 loss is symbolic.
This is like what we do with people's lives. Like, it's a real physical representation of rebuilding.
We've all in this organization have been at death's door. This is easy for us. We know how to do chaotic, we know how to do disaster, and we know how to do recovery.
The plan is to rebuild this location. Fortunately, they opened another location in the Los Patios Plaza off Highway 410 3 weeks ago.
I am so grateful. We always see God in our lives taking care of us. It's how the nonprofit got started, and God's still in it.
Our Japhanie Gray reporting.
And taking a look out there with live cam. Whoa, that's a cloudy shot there.
Yeah, it looks like we may be looking through a little bit of rain right there on live cam. There is some shower activity starting to move through San Antonio. Most of it's light, but we're expecting to see a little bit more of that today. Let's show you the radar and satellite picture. A lot of clouds, and then we've got a spin right there along the coast. That's where the heavy rain has been, right around that area of low pressure down across the Corpus Christi area. Some good heavy rain stretching from Goliad down to Victoria and back down to Port A, Rockport area. We'll zoom in a little bit closer here, and you see the line of rain sort of ends right there at Highway 59. You go north of that, it's just more spotty showers, and that's what we're dealing with here in San Antonio. And I think that's what that camera was looking through. A little rain shower coming through just south of downtown this hour. We'll see some on and off showers today. The main flood threat's going to be down to our south and east. Flash flood watches in effect until 7 a.m. This does include Lavaca, DeWitt, and Karnes County, and then down towards the Beeville area as well. And then flash flood warnings in place now where that heavy rain has been falling this morning. Obviously, with all the rain, mold is going to stay high. It's down a little bit from where it was yesterday, but it's 6,300 in the high category this morning. Here's what the forecast looks like today. We're going to call for about a 40% chance of rain around noontime. Some of those showers. There could be a few rumbles of thunder this afternoon, too. Temperatures only make it into the mid-50s thanks to cloud cover and the potential for some downpours later this afternoon. More chances for rain, by the way, tomorrow and Friday. Then rain chances fall off a little bit by the weekend. We'll look into that forecast coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
As we take a look at TransSky, I'm looking for ground truth, whether we have showers out there right now. And it looks like the pavement's fairly dry. We see that work underway now down there in the flooded stretch of the 90 access road, or rather Leon, the 90 access road at Leon Creek. A lot of heavy equipment moving through that area, but don't be surprised if we have a shower or two out there today during your commute.
And looking very green out there as well. A big win in the desert as the Phoenix Suns take Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
And some rumors are flying that DeMar DeRozan may be headed to the Lakers. David and RJ are here to break down trade rumors and, of course, Game 1 of the Finals between the Suns and the Bucks.
That was your initial reaction to that DeMar news?
No.
I know.
Well, the rumors about what we would get are also rather enticing.
Yeah, it's not a bad rumor. As far as rumors go, we kind of like this. And DeMar DeRozan trade, so it'd be a sign and trade deal because he's done as far as a contract with the Spurs, right?
Yes. Yeah, now the Spurs can re-sign him, obviously, but he is unrestricted, so that means that he can go to any team. But I think the trade part of this is interesting because the Spurs ideally would get back the number 22 pick for one.
So that's this year's 22.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Kuzma.
Have a 12 and a 22.
I have 12, 22. Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell. So not a bad return.
Wow. And you know what? DeMar DeRozan has done everything that the Spurs asked him to do. He has been a class act on the court. He has been a class act off the court. He became a part of this community. And you know, it was one of those weird trades with Kawhi. I mean, he ended up here. He did what he had to do. He was great, and if he wants to go to L.A. and they can work out a trade like that, then that's where he wants to go. I don't hesitate to make that trade if I'm the Spurs, just because of what he's meant to this organization and how he's acted the whole time he was here.
Well, he's been a real professional with the guys, like in and out of the locker room. But you know, remember with the whole Kawhi deal, where the Spurs were basically refusing to trade him to L.A. Now, of course, the big difference is
I don't want to remember the Kawhi deal.
The big difference is, of course, DeMar showed up to work.
Yeah.
He actually showed up to the facility, and he showed up to games.
Yeah.
And DeMar, he's from Compton. He's an LA native. Probably grew up idolizing Kobe Bryant. So obviously a big Lakers fan.
And if you remember last year, he could have gone last year. He could have demanded to get out of here last year, but he decided to stay. He wanted to help the young guys. He wanted to help those guys grow and be a mentor and a leader on this team, and he did all that. So if this is what he wants, then I say go for it, because you're going to get the 22nd pick, and you're going to get Kyle Kuzma, and you're going to get
Montrezl Harrell.
So you're going to get some good guys.
Now, I heard you guys talking about that earlier. The 22 pick's a good one. We all know who Kyle Kuzma is. And RJ, I heard you talking about Montrezl Harrell. Not exactly a household name, but it was a heck of a player, apparently.
Yeah. Former Sixth Man of the Year. He was with the Clippers 2 years ago, then last year with the Lakers. So he basically just went across the locker room there at the Staples Center. But big thing with him, he kind of got in the doghouse a little bit with the coaching staff there with the Lakers, did not play that much down the stretch, and he's on the final year of his deal. So the Spurs could actually use him as a possible trade chip later on. So that's why I think that part of it is also interesting.
Was he in the coach's doghouse, or was he in LeBron's doghouse? There's a big question as who actually runs the team in LA. So, you
Great point. Yeah.
All right, speaking of NBA Finals, LeBron's not in them, Kawhi's not in them. Oh, darn. Well, I like to remind people of that. It's the Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo actually played last. He was doubtful yesterday morning. Then he went to questionable, and then he went to starting.
Yeah.
So how about that in one day?
Yeah, he looked pretty good in warm-up, so the Bucks went ahead and played him. Didn't really matter that much because Phoenix came out, got business done here. Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, those guys, 6 players in double figures for the Suns. Chris Paul, the ageless one, I mean, he's 36 years old. He ended up with 32 points and 9 assists.
He had 16 in the third quarter on 6 of 7 shooting, and he was like weaving and waggling his way through their defense. He looked like a running back going through defenders. I mean, and then he would just shoot. I mean, it was incredible to watch through the first 3 quarters. And I fell asleep in the fourth quarter. But anyway.
It was pretty much over by then.
That's okay.
So I have a question for you guys. Who said this? So, yeah, he's a good player. Their pick and roll game is tough to guard. I think we have just to keep getting better. We have to keep looking at film and see how we can make it and maybe take away some of the rhythm, or make it where it's not getting into his spot so easily. That'll be a big part of looking between game 1 and game 2. Is that Pop, or is that another coach?
Another coach.
What's it sound like?
Yes.
That's way too much for Pop.
That's too much for Pop.
Pop would have said, he's a good
Pop
player.
maybe would have cut off. Coach Bud there, talking about the loss. And, of course, game 2 of this series on KSAT 12 tomorrow night. So we'll see if the Bucks can even things up there.
That'd have been 3 or 4 questions from Pop.
Yeah, no kidding. That's way too much.
Like, that can't be Pop.
All right. There's game 2 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. At Phoenix.
Well, Chris Paul and Devin Booker had a great night last night for sure for the Suns. So we're moving on, and then that series shifts to Milwaukee.
You know, once again, it's the old guys coming through.
I know.
Remember Phil Mickelson won the PGA?
Year of the old guys.
It's the old guys. The year of the old guy.
Tom Brady.
Now it's Chris Paul. Not that he's old, but he's in his late 30s, which is old for NBA in some standards.
There's the validation we were searching for, David. Right? Thank you so very much. Right now, guys, it's 9:39, about 76 degrees.
And with the summer in full swing, you may be searching for a pool to cool off. So what about your neighbor's pool? It could be available to rent on a new app called Swimply. We're going to explain how this works next. And although we are in July, it's been a lot cooler these past couple of days than it normally is. But when it gets hot, that means you're probably going to spend a lot of time in the pool with your kids while they're out of school.
It's important to remember that warmer weather can be especially dangerous for your kids while they're in the car.
Every year, there are children accidentally left in the car. Sometimes you're just running into the store and only expect to be gone for a few minutes.
Well, Dr. Jendi Haug, a local pediatrician, said it's never safe to leave your child in the car for any amount of time.
In 10 minutes, your car can heat up to almost 20 degrees higher than the outside temperature. So if it's already 105 outside, you're talking about your kids sitting in 125 degree heat inside the car. And so you never want to leave your kid in a car.
Dr. Haug says kids' bodies actually heat up 3 to 5 times faster than grown-ups, which is why a hot car can pose such a serious threat to children.
And if you see a child sitting in a parked car, you're asked to call 911 immediately. Speaking of heat, a local group is doing what they can to help senior citizens in San Antonio stay cool this summer.
Gonzaba Medical Group hosting a fan giveaway tomorrow. The details on your screen. There they are. That starts at 10 tomorrow, goes through noon. Location is at 1715 North Zarzamora Street. The group hopes to give out 200 fans to those in need. The best part, it is all free.
And we all know that you can rent out your house or condo through apps like Airbnb, but what if you just want to rent out your pool?
Well, there's an app for that too, and in the western U.S., where temperatures are scorching, business on the app is booming. Alex Bell reports.
It's a pool Airbnb is what it is.
In a tropical place far, far away is this little piece of poolside heaven. Well, not really. Actually, this secluded getaway is right here in Bakersfield, and you can rent it by the hour through a company called Swimply. Sunny Mayuba is the vice president of growth at Swimply and says 2020 was a breakout year for the company, which grew more than 4,000% over 2019. And rentals in Kern County have also exploded.
In your county, we've had a 450% increase over last year. And it's just seen incredible growth.
Swimply was founded in 2018, and their goal was twofold. They wanted to give homeowners a way to list their backyards online and make revenue. And the second, allow communities to connect.
You can put photos of your backyard. This photo you're seeing right here is a Bakersfield property called Paradise Pool. And you can list all your amenities. As it turns out, people have these amazing backyards with Wi-Fi, sound systems, barbecues, lounge chairs.
Posting your backyard on Swimply is free, and the average rental rate is about $45 an hour. And majority of renters are using it just to swim with their families. Shirley and David Peterson are new to the app, and during the pandemic, they expanded their backyard oasis as a relaxing way to pass the time. And now they just want to share it.
I think it's a great place for people to have a little bit of a getaway.
Katrina Soto says her backyard was just too big for her family, and she wanted to share it too. She says renting has been a great experience, all while meeting different people in the community.
I think it's just a chance for families to come out and get a little break from the heat and come out and relax on a beautiful property and just kind of enjoy this space. Maybe they don't have a pool, but you know, it's an easy place for them to just come and get away.
That was Alex Bell reporting.
Go ahead and check in with Justin and all the rain that we've been having.
Yeah, speaking of pools, did you see Tim Gerber's post yesterday?
I did. His swimming pool is turned into the Mississippi River. Essentially, it's full of silt and mud.
All that debris worked right in there. And it was one of those days yesterday where we were getting runoff because of the really heavy rain. That has since subsided. And good news, Leon Creek, by the way, also way down from where it was.
Oh, good.
Let's take a look at the situation, what we have going on now. The heavy rain has shifted to the Texas coast, and you can see it stretches from Corpus up to Houston. And there is very heavy rain still ongoing. Flash flood warnings are in effect along the coast. This low is pretty wound up, and it's kind of consolidating all its energy right now, right around the center. But I think as we get into the afternoon, you'll see scattered showers with some of the daytime heating developing. I don't think we're going to get the heaviest of the rain here in town. It's going to be to our south and east, and that's where we have some flash flood watches in effect. The risk for flooding rainfall today is highest right along the coast, Victoria, Beeville to the points south. Moderate risk for flooding rainfall from Beeville to Victoria, and then as you get up into our neck of the woods, we're talking a slight risk, hill country, not really looking at a threat for flooding today at all. Flash flood risk, flash flood watch. This goes until 7 a.m. Friday. Does include DeWitt, Lavaca, Karnes County down to Bee County, Live Oak County, and that's where some of the heaviest of the rain we think will fall. There's a look at the live radar right now, and we've got a good swath of rain stretching from Edna to Victoria down to Beeville, Port Lavaca, but it really hasn't made much headway off to the north and west. It's kind of stuck right there along the coast. A little closer look here. And Victoria's right on the edge. Goliad, you're right on the edge of the rain, too. A couple showers around Kennedy. We've also seen some showers up here in San Antonio. This is light stuff, but it will make for some wet roads from time to time. Everything's moving east to west across the area. And if we see anything today, that's kind of the motion we're expecting because of that location of that low pressure down there around Corpus. And our forecast sticks to this idea. By noontime, some heavy rain trying to work in around Pleasanton, maybe to Gonzales. That shifts a little bit further north, but not here into San Antonio. It becomes more scattered this afternoon, and we'll see some brief heavy downpours. I mean, there is still a possibility of some very localized flooding, but we're not expecting widespread flooding here in town, not like yesterday. Here's the forecast. Temperatures should be in the mid-80s this afternoon. 50% chance of rain, and then we'll drop it off to a 30% chance of rain around 8 o'clock. and then a 20% chance of rain tonight. Once we lose the daytime heating, we'll see things really start to calm down. Here's what rain chances look like as we go throughout the next week. Our highest rain chance probably today, and then things start to drop off a little bit Thursday into Friday. Saturday and Sunday, lower rain chances. And then Monday, looks like a weak frontal boundary we'll try to work in, so that may kick up the rain chances just a little bit. But in general, we're looking for lower rain chances as we head into next week. There's the scene outside right now, cloudy skies, 76 at the airport, 75 Stinson, 77 Kelly, and 75 at Randolph. Looking at an east-northeasterly wind for most of us. And temperatures in the 70s, 72 Bernie Stage, 76 Boulevardy, 75 Canyon Lake, 76 down in Pleasanton. And it's been pretty comfortable up in the hill country this morning, some 60s and now up to 70 there in Rock Springs. So our extended forecast, we're going to go 86 the next couple days, 40% chance of rain tomorrow and Friday. Still some pockets of heavy rain, though. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. The weekend, lower rain chances as we talked about, and that kicks up those temperatures. 92 Sunday, 92 Monday. We're back to, I don't want to say typical July weather next week because it could be much hotter this time of year, but back into the 90s and feeling a little bit more like July, if you will, guys.
Yeah, if you're new to San Antonio, typically we'd start seeing 99, maybe 100, 101 on that 7-day forecast about this time of year.
Yeah, we're lucky right now.
Blessed. Yep. Hashtag blessed. 9:51, about 76 degrees.
A new ride share service is blowing Uber out of the game, literally.
It's so pretty, isn't it?
I love the flowers.
The Delta COVID variant now accounts for over 51% of all COVID cases here in the United States. Coming up today at noon, how state officials are hoping to get more Americans vaccinated.
Tomorrow on GMSA, we're talking about elementary school nurses. They are more important than ever, especially since kids are dealing with so much anxiety now. We're going to tell you about a program empowering nurses to take an active role in relieving student stress.
And we're still watching shower activity, some heavy rain down along the Texas coast, but at the moment, that's where it's staying. We do have some light showers working through San Antonio, and I still think we'll get some scattered downpours today. Heavy rain, though, flash flood watches down to the south and east of San Antonio through at least tomorrow, guys.
Tank taxi service is blowing Uber away in the UK.
That's right. This British man, his name is Merlin Batchelor, he told SWNS that the 1967 military machine had been sitting in someone's yard for 4 decades before he purchased it last year for around $27,000.
Look at the inside. It's all fancy now, including a flat screen. He had brightened it up with purple flower motif, added that flat screen just in case playing soldier isn't entertaining enough for his passengers.
And his rates are, is it $830 for the first hour?
Yeah, $830. That's U.S. dollars, folks.
Wow.
$830 first hour, $275 for each additional hour, but the vehicle carries up to 9 people who can always split the bill.
This is true. Insurance on the road, a legal vehicle only costs $330 per year, but can only be driven up to 20 miles per hour. Oh, wow. So it may not be the fastest out there.
You liked the quote from Mr. Batchelor, Steph?
Yeah, that last quote, he says, my 3 youngest girls love it. They want to go to school in it. But he says, my eldest daughter was a fan up until I ordered it. Now she's at secondary school and thinking, I don't want my friends to know.
See, she's too cool for school. She doesn't want dad showing up in an armored personnel carrier
Well, why
with
not?
purple flowers painted all over it.
I think it's great.
What'd they say, tanks for the ride?
Yes.
That's what it says here.